The silence of centuries hung in the air. Jonathan sat down on a soft velvet-covered couch. For some reason, he was starting to feel very sleepy. It was almost as if there was some strange force in the room, a force which was impossible to resist. He lay back on the couch and went into a sort of trance. Lily May, it sounds like you're right. It's a trap, Lily May. It felt like a dream when 3 young women approached through the moonlight. 2 were dark, with piercing eyes that seemed to flash red. The other was fair, with masses of wavy golden hair and eyes like sapphires. All 3, what do you reckon is going to be noticeable about their appearance? Something very noticeable about these 3 women. All 3 have got something that you'd think, really? You reckon, Noah?
The front 2 teeth.
Let's have a look, Noah. Let's have a look. All 3 had brilliant white teeth, which shone like pearls against the deep red of their lips. They were very beautiful. You go first, said one of them. He's young and strong, and there's enough blood for us all. The fair girl bent over him. Jonathan watched her from under his eyelashes. He couldn't move. He could only look on in fascination. She was staring at his neck. She licked her lips like a hungry animal. Then he felt 2 sharp points against his throat, pressing on the skin. Hopelessly, helplessly, Jonathan waited. What's going to happen?
They're gonna suck it.
They're going to suck his blood. What's going to happen?
Like, they're gonna be vampires, and the guy's gonna be like turning into a vampire.
Perfect. They will turn him into a vampire. What's going to happen? What's going to happen?
It's probably not going to be a dream, it's probably imagining it, and it's just how it's playing.
It's just inside his head. The house is playing tricks. The castle is playing tricks. The room may be. Good answer. Mr. Burgoyne, what's going to happen?
He's going to die.
He is about to die. Pretty clear, right? What's going to happen, Noah?
And maybe Dracula might come and save him.
Wow, why would he do such a thing? What's going to happen, Lily May?
Count Dracula will come behind him, so then he's like trapped, so he can't turn around and go.
Clever. Coop, make it fast.
The crucifix is going to save him.
Oh, of course, he's got the crucifix on. Relax. Hopelessly, helplessly, Jonathan waited. Get back! A voice roared from somewhere, waking Jonathan from his trance and plunging him into terror. He tried to shrink away from the sharp teeth which were just about to puncture his skin. As he did so, he saw Count Dracula's hairy hand grip the girl's shoulder. The Count pulled her away with the strength of a giant, and she shot across the room. His eyes were on fire, his face was chalk white, and his voice cut through the air like a deadly blade. "He's mine," he hissed. "Are we to have nothing tonight?" one of the demon women whined. "Before 2 nights have passed," said Dracula chillingly, "it will be time for him to die, and he will be yours. But do not meddle with him until I say, now go." In front of Jonathan's eyes, the 3 women began to fade in the rays of moonlight. Before they disappeared into a million specks and seeped out of the window, he saw the fair one smiling at him and heard her low, sweet ripple of laughter. Then horror overcame him and he sank down into unconsciousness. Jonathan awoke in his own bed in his room. He noticed that his clothes were folded in a neat pile on the chair, as though someone had put him to bed. Then he remembered what had happened, how those dreadful women had been ready to drink him dry of blood, and he covered his face with his hands. Later that day, there was a great commotion in the courtyard. Jonathan looked out of the window. Below there was a band of gypsies with 2 great wagons, each loaded with large boxes and drawn by 8 sturdy horses. The boxes were obviously empty, because the gypsies were unloading them with ease and stacking them in a corner. Jonathan leaned out of the window. I'm going to pause again there. I'm going to ask them some questions. Here are the questions for you. What do you think these boxes are for? Right, some people have turned up at the castle on horses with loads of big boxes. What are the boxes for? Also, Jonathan's looking out his window. There are people in the courtyard down below. What is he clearly about to do? Have a think about those. We'll pause it here. I'll have a chat with them. I might pop some answers on the board again, see if they match up with yours. Back in a moment.